Certainly fescue toxicosis in the United States is primarily a cattle-associated incident. That's who we know it affects a lot, but it does affect horses, especially when they're pregnant. So they think
that's University of Kentucky plant and soil scientist Rebecca McCauley talking about the effects of the tall fescue endophyte. Tall fescue is the staple of a forage base in Kentucky that keeps animals well fed and supplies their nutritional needs. Kentucky 31 tall fescue, a well-known variety established right here in the bluegrass state, has been the primary tall fescue grass for pastures. But there is a problem with Kentucky 31 called toxic endophytes, which causes fescue toxicity in horses and other livestock. Rebecca McCauley, along with former UK student Marie Bourguignol, the study's lead author, have been researching the problem in these plots at UK's Main Chance Farm, using climate change as the basis for the research. They say Kentucky is predicted to experience increased temperatures and rainfall over the next 50 years. To simulate that increase, heat lamps were placed over the tall fescue plots and more water applied.
We also found that actually with the future, some plants will, whenever they are infected with endophyte, will actually be even more toxic for livestock because we found more chemicals produced. So that's really bad. This is not really what we want.
A set of 8 plants was put into 4 different climate change treatments, varying from natural rainfall and temperature to a group that experienced both higher temperature and rainfall, with 2 being non-toxic to livestock and 2 being toxic. Infected plants were generally more resilient to the climate treatments than those not infected.
It was very interesting to look at all those interactions, and what we found is that the tall fescue response is really dependent on the climate change, but also on the genetics of the plants and of that fungus.
I think in Kentucky we're really lucky in that we're likely to not have a lot of the negative impacts that climate change brings to other regions. Our predictions are definitely warmer, but for here that might not be a bad thing.
McCauley says it will be tricky to manage pastures in the future, which might include less tall fescue, as it will help dilute the effect of the toxic compounds. From the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, Food and the Environment, I'm Jeff Franklin reporting.